The Bone Metal Zone, now with 45% fewer blood stains, 100% more other kinds of stains.
It's 107.7 The Bone. It's the Metal Zone. That is Metal by Numbers. Brian Posehn, comedian, metalhead, Bay Area native, and on the phone with me right now because Brian is at Cobb's Comedy Club all this weekend. Welcome home.
Hey, glad to be back.
How did this Metal by Numbers song come about? It's you and Scott Ian, and is it just the two of you, or are there other musicians?
Well, Billy Vera from Armored Saint and Anthrax played bass, and then John Tempesta from Testament, and he toured with White Zombie now, and Helmet, and he played drums on it, and then John Benet from Shadows Fall did this. So it was just me calling in favors, but the whole idea came about from me watching Headbangers Ball a couple of summers ago, and being just upset by the stuff that passes for heavy metal on Headbangers Ball sometimes. I mean, there's a lot of good quality stuff, but then there's stuff that I didn't like so much, and it felt really formulaic to me, you know, just like there would be an Iron Maiden riff, and then there'd be what I call the gay part, the pretty vocals, and then there'd be the Cookie Monster part, and then back to the gay part, and it just felt like a formula, and it felt like Metal by Numbers, and it kind of came to me, and it wrote itself, really.
Are there any bands that have come to you and been like, dude, were you talking about us?
Yeah, Killswitch thought it was about them, I heard, but it wasn't.
That was the first band I was going to say it was about, too.
I actually like them. I like them a lot, and one of their friends was like kind of making fun of them, going, "Hey, I think Posehn did it about you," and I got an email from this guy, and I went, no, they're one of the good ones. It was actually, if I'm going to point, it was Atreyu was the one that really, and I wouldn't even call them metal. It's like metalcore or whatever. It was them and like Avenged Sevenfold. They made me very unhappy. My ears were unhappy, and then it made my whole body unhappy.
I don't blame you, not one little bit. So, growing up in the Bay Area, obviously you saw all of our local bands and stuff, and all of them are still going strong. I mean, isn't that just crazy? Well, the fact that Death Angel and Testament have made two of the best albums of their careers this year, it's surreal, really. And I'm very happy for both those bands, and Exodus. Exodus had a great record, but I guess that came out in 2007. All those bands that I really grew up with, they're doing their best stuff now, and that's very cool. And people are into them, which is great. And Testament, I think that album's doing really well, which it
isn't surprising because the quality is so high. I mean, it sounded like it could have come out in '88. You know.
Have you got a chance to hear any of the new like the new brand of Bay Area thrash brands like Hatchet or Warbringer?
I just got Hatchet sent to me. Yeah, Warbringer I like, and then isn't Decapitator from the Bay Area too? I think I'm pretty sure, but yeah, I like that stuff, and I love that young kids are playing thrash metal because it's pretty much my favorite form of metal. Always has been, like being there for the original, you know, and hearing Kill 'Em All the very first time, and then being able to go to San Francisco, 40 minutes away from my house, and actually see those bands. It was pretty incredible.
Well, I just remember being really tripped out because I remember seeing you at Thrash of the Titans and going, isn't that the guy from Just Shoot Me?
Yeah, no, I had flown down for that show, and I had already supported Chuck Billy at that point. I had played, that was the Chuck Billy benefit. Mm-hmm. I had played Weakest Link, comedian Weakest Link. It was like me, Louis Anderson, and Paul Rodriguez, and a bunch of other comedians, and I played for Chuck Billy's...
Chuck was your cause?
Cause, yeah.
That's awesome. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, so that was before Clash of the Titans. So then when that happened, I for sure, I knew I had to fly down. And at that point, or up, and at that point, Death Angel hadn't been really back together, and that was amazing to see them back together because they're one of my all-time favorites.
And Forbidden Evil and all that, it was insane.
Yeah, great show. And then seeing Exodus with Bailoff, and then,
Mm-hmm. Did you have any idea? I mean, because I had no idea watching that show that all those bands were going to be like, hey, we could do this again.
Well, watching the show, didn't you think that they could?
I knew that they could, but I didn't think that they would.
Right. Yeah, you didn't know, you never know about like personal issues or any of that if it's worth it for them. But I mean, seeing Death Angel back that day, I went, oh no, these guys should definitely get back together. You know, they were amazing.
Yeah, I know. I'm so stoked it ended up happening after all of that. Oh, one last question I wanted to ask you. Last time I talked to you, we were asking what was like in your CD player, and you were really high on Dragon Force, and I can't remember the other band. What are you listening to now?
Yeah, that Dragon Force thing didn't last very long.
Did it?
Nah. Plus the vocal, once you get into the guitar parts are amazing, but it just took me a while to get past those vocals. Or actually, I don't think I ever did. But right now, well, the ones we already mentioned, Testament and Death Angel, I'm just overplaying maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But Skeleton Witch I like a lot. What else? I'm listening to a lot of old stuff and Death and
Anybody new?
No, there's nothing really. Oh, the new Opeth, but they haven't been. They've been around a while, but there's nobody brand new that I'm super into. Anybody you can recommend?
Hatchet and Warbringer right now. Off the top of my head. Divine Heresy. Have you seen Divine Heresy?
No, I haven't heard them.
Sick. Uber sick. It's Dino from Fear Factory's new band.
Oh, okay.
Definitely check that one out.
Cool,
and
cool.
Hopefully all the Boneheads will come out and check you out at Cobb's. Brian's going to be at Cobb's. Well, it's a little late to catch him for Friday night, but you can catch him Saturday and Sunday at cobbscomedy.com for tickets and information. And Brian, thanks for hanging out with me, man.
Yeah, nice talking to you again.
The Bone Metal Zone.